Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about NIO. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today I'm going to be talking about NIO, and I'm going to propose a question. Is NIO stock a buy at $55.93? Is now a good time to buy NIO stock, or should you wait? And basically an overall stock analysis of NIO. If you guys don't know what NIO does, NIO is basically an EV company that's based out of China. They basically produce luxury EV vehicles, pretty similar to Tesla. Looking at the 5-year chart, guys, this thing IPO'd September 12th of 2018. Fairly recent IPO, currently up 831%. But guys, looking at the 1-year chart, this thing is up almost 3,000%. It's up a whopping 2,710%. Guys, to think that earlier this year that this stock was sitting at $2.50 absolutely baffles me for such a huge EV company that's come such a long way. You know, people who bought it at that price, you know, congratulations to you guys, because you guys surely deserve it for believing in a company so early before it really even got popular. Looking at the 3-month chart, guys, up 282%. Guys, and even the 1-month chart looks absolutely fantastic at 104%. And it's leading people to ask the question, you know, is now a good time to buy NIO stock? And I'm always going to say yes, guys. I do think now is a good time to buy NIO stock, even if it's at $55.90. Obviously, everything I say in my videos, guys, is not investment advice. It's just my personal opinion. But the reason why I feel like NIO right now is still a good buy is because NIO still has so much more going for it that people aren't truly understanding or comprehending at the current moment. If you take a look, you know, NIO's already on pace to keep expanding and basically make itself a bigger EV company. And I've been telling people to buy NIO stock ever since it was about $10 a share. I've always been bullish on the whole EV industry in itself ever since Tesla started gaining popularity. You know, and now all these EV companies are starting to IPO. They're starting to come out. And so many people are wondering, you know, which EV company is going to be the best? Well, only time is going to tell, but I can for sure say with almost a guaranteed fact that NIO is going to be a top EV company. And the reason why I say this is because, guys, NIO in itself has already proved itself to be a great EV company. The company is coming out and proving itself time and time again. As you guys know, they recently just did report their earnings, and they actually did very, very good on their earnings report. You know, their revenue is starting to grow and their losses are starting to narrow, which goes to show that the company is heading towards profitability. And it also shows that the company is expanding, you know. They even said it themselves. By the next quarter, guys, they're expecting almost $1 billion in revenue. So it goes to show that, you know, NIO is consistently growing and it's consistently expanding. Like I said, NIO, a company that's only been around for 4 years, is already evaluated bigger than General Motors, which already says a lot about how bullish and how fast NIO is growing and how bullish people are about NIO. You know, General Motors has been around, you know, for a very long time selling cars. It took a long time for them to get that name, that brand. But with NIO, you know, it's done it in such a short amount of time. There's a lot of factors for this. Like I said, guys, the EV market is starting to mature. The EV market is starting to see a lot more demand, which has led to the recent increase in all these EV stocks that are coming out and IPOing. You know, people know that EV is going to be the future, that EV companies are basically going to lead the future. If you take a look at example for Tesla, it took Tesla a very long time to get where it's at today. I mean, it's a huge company now, and Elon Musk absolutely deserves it. He worked very hard to establish that company. But it wasn't always like that at first. There was a lot of bears on Tesla thinking that, you know, battery-powered stuff was never going to be a thing. But look at us today, guys. You know, a lot of people are looking towards the EV market to basically take us into the next decade, to the next generation. You know, on top of all that, we have NIO Day coming up. On NIO Day, you know, NIO is going to be unveiling all sorts of cool products, new products. NIO has already announced that they're dropping 2 new vehicles to compete with Tesla's Model 3, which honestly says a lot that, you know, that NIO's starting to try to ramp itself up to be the next Tesla, to be able to compete with Tesla. As you guys know, Tesla's already expanded to China, so Tesla's starting to build its dominance over there, and NIO's not going to let that happen. NIO is continuously expanding, and it's continuing to sell more vehicles. As you guys saw, the last 3 months, guys, NIO has consistently beat its delivery estimates. That means it's always beating the expectations of what people are setting for it. You know, this company is always getting a lot of analyst upgrades. If you take a look at JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, and all these big time companies are always upgrading the stock, to the simple fact that people are upgrading the stock. This thing's always getting analyst upgrades. And you have analysts coming out and saying, you know, NIO is going to be an iconic brand. NIO is going to be a top EV company. You know, it says a lot about the overall, basically, sentiment behind NIO as a company, that a lot of people, guys, are really, really bullish on NIO. You know, and I've said this time and time again, guys, $56.27 for NIO stock. It's still very cheap for what NIO has to offer. Like I've said this time and time again, I do see NIO being a $300 stock soon. You know, although the time is indefinite and no one can really put a time frame when it comes to a stock, but my price tag for NIO by the end of the year is still $60 to $75. As you guys see, it's very close to that $60 price tag. But because the reason I feel this way is because NIO has just started to reach the pinnacle of its growth, guys. Imagine when NIO keeps producing bigger and better batteries, self-driving chips and stuff like that, and NIO's already working on a bigger and better battery. So it goes to show that NIO's trying to innovate every single day, continue expanding, and it's keeping the brand name clean. You know, NIO's working very hard to be a top EV company, and they deserve every ounce of success and growth. You know, even people have come out and said that, you know, NIO is probably the biggest growth stock of 2020, and NIO is a huge growth stock. Now, I'm not saying that this stock one day could be $2,500 like Tesla was, but guys, you can never count NIO out, because I know this $56 price tag that we're looking at, I still think NIO is actually very undervalued for what it has to offer. You have to understand that NIO is basically going to be growing for a very long time. There's still a lot of years to come for NIO stock, and there's still a lot of time to come for NIO as a company. So much more stuff is happening every single year, guys. You know, they're developing new technology, better technology, and that leads NIO to be able to produce better batteries, better features in their car, better technology. And like I said, guys, soon enough, we're going to have self-driving cars, flying cars. The possibilities right now are endless, you know? And like I said, the fact that this thing was able to grow almost 3,000% in 1 year alone goes to show that, guys, that NIO is here to stay and that NIO is going to be growing for a very long time. And honestly, I don't see a pullback coming from NIO anytime soon. I actually do see NIO going to continue this steady climb as it has been. Yes, it's had recent pullbacks in its days, and yes, it's had some recent pullbacks recently. The last pullback I remember was when Citron Research dropped a report basically saying that NIO's value cannot be justified, saying that the stock is going to $25, which I obviously don't agree with. I've said time and time again, guys, I'm super bullish on the EV industry, and I'm very bullish on NIO as a company and NIO stock as well. There's so much more potential to be unlocked for NIO. NIO still has so much more ground to cover, better vehicles to be dropping. And like I said, with NIO Day, they're going to be unveiling all sorts of cool products for us to see and basically where the future for NIO is headed. If they're already expecting more revenue, they're consistently beating their delivery estimates, and they're making a brand name in China. Soon enough, they're going to be expanding to Europe, the United States. Guys, now is a good time to pick up NIO stock. Even if it's expensive, $57, you know, it's not cheap, and I completely understand that. But guys, you don't know when NIO is going to have a big pullback. You know, this thing could run all the way up to $80, $90 before it sees another pullback. If you guys are truly bullish on the company in itself, and you guys are truly bullish on NIO as an overall company, you guys should invest in NIO. I am consistently buying NIO shares, even at the current price tag, because I know that the company has so much more potential. It still has so much more room to grow. And like I said, the EV market is starting to mature and demand is slowly starting to increase more. So that's automatically going to lead to more growth for NIO stock. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Buy NIO stock. I do think it is worth it, even at $56.86. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.